First things first, we're going to do a cold start video on the Harley. This motor is cold, no problem. Greetings, Bring a Trailer world. Today we have a very special bike, a unique motorcycle. Unique means one of a kind, and that's what we have here. This is a 2017 Ultra Classic Low FLHTKL. Has a little bit over 1,000 miles on it. I've been driving it a bit. This bike was purchased new in 2017 from Low Country Harley-Davidson of Charleston, South Carolina for $26,774. And then the transformation began. Motorcycle was custom painted by Alan Pastrana of Pastrana Unlimited, Plainville, Connecticut. The owner and Alan worked together on the design for about 9 months. Paint work cost the owner approximately $26,000, bringing total investment of the bike and paint to a bit over $52,000. Maintenance history, everything was done by Low Country Harley-Davidson of Charleston. Bike was serviced at 1,000 miles. And again, just in the last couple of weeks when it was brought out of storage. It had been in storage for about 4 years. We have a new battery, and the low mileage is basically because of the owner's age. He turned 80 4 years ago and said, that's it, I'm not riding anymore. And it went into storage because he just couldn't sell it. So current condition is basically, can we use the word perfect? It has not been in an accident, it hasn't been dropped. For all practical purposes, it is a brand new motorcycle. The design of the paintwork, I'm going to go around the bike and show you basically every one of these vignettes and what each one of them means. So on the principal fairing on the front, we have the Flying Tiger face, similar to the one used originally on the Curtiss P-40B Warhawk in Burma, before the U.S. was involved in the war. By the way, John Wayne in the 1942 movie Flying Tigers, you will get a reference to this. The fairing also prominently includes the U.S. Marine Corps emblem and some symbols of Japanese flags representing Japanese aircraft shot down by the pilot of this aircraft. Front fender. We have a young Marine with a fixed bayonet on his rifle charging towards the enemy. The Marine saying, "The few, the proud," appears here. On the fuel tank, the main fuel tank, both sides, we have the girls. 2 beautiful pinups taken from World War II B-17 bombers. On the right side, the pinup is Misbehavin'. And the one on the left side is Special Delivery, referring to the bomb she is dropping. Down below the seat here, we have John Wayne as he appears in The Sands of Iwo Jima, 1949 movie. On the right saddlebag, we have the famous scene of the raising of the U.S. flag on Iwo Jima. Covers the entire surface. On top of that saddlebag is a well-known photo of General Eisenhower chatting with the troops the night before they land on the beaches in D-Day. On the tour pack, this is really, I think, the highlight of the entire bike, is a beautiful tableau of and a very detailed version of the Memphis Belle, a famous Boeing B-17, which did many bombing runs over Germany and lived to tell about it. The movie Memphis Belle, 1990, will show this. The airplane was preserved for a museum in Dayton, Ohio. On the sides of the box are paintings of the British Spitfire aircraft, and on the other side, the US P-51 Mustang aircraft. The rear fender has General Douglas MacArthur and his corncob pipe. The left saddlebag rear shows a cheerful young soldier who has got a little kitten. The owner of this bike happens to love cats. Put it on the top of his helmet. And the other saddlebag was an intense battle scene with a U.S. soldier in Okinawa. On the left saddlebag, we have a Japanese fighter plane, including a kamikaze. And on the top, we have several female military participants, the Wax and the Waves, beautifully rendered. And in front of that, the ever-lovable George C. Scott, as he appears in the movie Patton, 1970. And that covers the main tableau that are on the motorcycle. As far as the motorcycle itself, let's remember that underneath all of this, we do have a beautiful Harley-Davidson with very, very low miles. And it has been maintained perfectly. The motorcycle was always indoors, always stored, always maintained perfectly. I'd like to say a little bit about the owner of this motorcycle, the guy who was inspired to give us this great bike. He was in the Marine Corps Reserves for 6 years, but his father served in World War II. And when he was a young man, the owner of this bike attended reunions with his father. And he really picked up an interest and a love of Second World War history. And during this time, he got a real love also for the movies of this period, and he is very knowledgeable about those. He's a great guy, somebody I'm proud to call a friend, and it took a real inspiration and a real love of World War II history to put this bike together, and I am so glad he did. We would love to see this bike go to a museum, certainly a private collection. It would be the centerpiece of any Harley-Davidson collection. But love to see it in a museum, see it do parade duty, see it start a new life. It is a unique gem. And we would love this bike to be seen and to be celebrated. So while the bike has been here, I have thoroughly enjoyed riding it. It has been absolute blast to be on this most unusual, special Harley-Davidson. And we have high hopes for this motorcycle and really look forward to a new owner. Bid freely. You're going to really enjoy this bike, whoever gets it. Thank you so much.